It is time. The time for waiting has passed. The time for build-up has passed, except we have to wait for the main stream to start. Feels bad. But, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. It is time for the grand final. We are heading to the grand final. First map, by the way, because the clean feed spoiled it to us, is going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen. But this will be the grand final between these two teams. I appear to be having an allergic reaction to something on my hand. I'm sure it's fine. Manalog? Oh my. So, this is the grand final. The first winner of CCL Season 1, as we have now discovered. Season 2 coming soon. If you want me to be involved, same thing as usual. Be an active member of the community. Talk about my casting. Try and raise the fan numbers, because if CCL believe I will bring in the viewership, or at least do a good job, they may be willing to work with me, even with the personal things that it seems some people may have influenced according to my sources, but whatever. So, we're starting off with the grand finals. Best of 7 matchup. Simplicity with a 1-game lead, so only needing to win 3 maps to be victorious. WildHeart Esports fighting their way through crowd control. They have to win 4 maps. Again, Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map that we will be starting on. I'm trying to catch a peek at the main stream to see if we can get the bans for you. Not yet. We'll have to wait and see. But that's where we're going. No, wrong one, sorry. Sorry, I hit the wrong screen. Brought it back to the starting screen instead of to my face. Oopsie daisies. Sorry, fam. Alrighty, so let's get Simplicity in here. Crocodile get out of here. Wild on this side, Simplicity this side. So, we're going to be getting ready to do this. Now, Simplicity. They've obviously had a pretty solid set when it comes to winning everything. Overall, over 17% of their losses have been against WildHeart Esports, losing 4 times to WildHeart Esports. WildHeart Esports, on the other hand, they've actually had, just for starters, a better season than Simplicity all the way up until the finals. But a third of all of WildHeart losses have been against Simplicity. Simplicity, since the playoffs, have really stepped it up. Thank you, my love. I like it quite a lot. So we're just waiting to find out what the map bans will be. But overall, Simplicity, since the playoffs have started, they have really snowballed a tremendous lead above the majority of the other teams in the CCL, playing their own meta style, which Dread called standard, which is interesting. NA standard, I guess. But seeing them run this, they are still such a strong team. They have a set strategy that is incredibly hard to counter, and we are seeing a couple of the teams, their meta has drifted this coming week. Zuljin and Mei especially have really leapt up in priority, and we saw almost no Uther at all, because he was banned out every single game. It's a lot of stuff that we do know that they do run. It is very smooth. It is incredibly smooth material. Look at that. Look at that ripple. You can see how smooth and light it is. I love it. So, we're just getting ready to jump in once we know what the bans are. Again, we're starting off on Tomb of the Spider Queen as our first map. Gonna be interesting. Also, I did get a peek at the lobby because while I was setting it up. Oh, hang on. All right, we got it. So, bans. We do see WildHeart Esports banned out Dragonshire, Simplicity banned out Battlefield of Eternity. And WildHeart Esports, they are taking us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. So there we go. Tomb of the Spider Queen is our first map, picked by WildHeart Esports, meaning Simplicity will take first pick and first ban. This is for all the marbles. The prize pool with the crowdfunding, which just jumped over $20,000. This is what the teams are fighting for as we are heading into game number 1. Thank you for watching, everybody. We are only 33 subs away from our 100 sub goal. If you want to support, maybe consider throwing in a sub or maybe gifting some subs to the community to see if we can get that 100 sub goal before January. Let's get this going, because this is the final series of CCL Season 1, with first place taking home a minimum of $8,600. To split between the team. Let's see what they can do. Zeratul going to be banned out. A lot of this series really has to focus on dealing with Cure coming in here. Weary Day still in the roster. No funds as of yet, despite information being hidden in the interview by Weary Day. With Diablo, D.Va banned out, so Medivh or Uther now has to be let through. They let both through. WildHeart willing to give one up and take the other. Who's going to bite? Where will Simplicity take it? They love the Uther, maybe more than Medivh is the wonderful thing. Which way do they choose to go with this? Their Medivh, 50% win rate over 2 games. Their Uther, on the other hand, 75 over 8 games. They pick neither, going for the Chromie first, prioritizing that onto Hosty. Hosty's Chromie is so insane. Very sensible early pickup for them. They're trying to force WildHeart now to make the decision. WildHeart, 60% win rate on Medivh. Uther, 63% on an 11-game spree. They get the Uther and they take the Sonya. Trying to gain control that way. They've got a great offlaner now. Some hyper-aggression trying to punish that Chromie. Will the Medivh make his way in? Or will it be shut down or even ignored? Deckard coming in once again. We have so far not seen a successful Lornado composition, but maybe it will return. We will have to see. Got the predictions ready this time, chat. I'm actually prepared for once. Just remind me to start them after the draft. You'll have 2 minutes after the draft. Tychus is banned. Remove that from the board. It'll be very hard to deal with. The percentage damage into the Uther armor and the Sonya hyper push damage. Getting rid of that makes a lot of sense. Playing sensibly so far. Simplicity. Uther Sonya on the board. Second healer, perhaps. Remove a Stukov. They ban the Deathwing. We've seen WildHeart Esports bust out that Deathwing quite a few times, and it's a good map for it. So taking that out of action, very sensible. WildHeart Esports now, main tank or second bruiser, either way, they're very flexible. Pit Kid, of course, gives them that incredibly flexible drafting style. You could, in theory, swap that Sonya to the main comp. There's exactly what we called the Stukov. Uther Stukov for WildHeart Esports. The double support. Deckard is in play. The Emerald can come in. Anti-heals could be used, and they bring out the Mephisto. Mephisto has picked them up quite a few wins against some of the best teams in the league. Even if we have a look at the playoffs, the time WildHeart played against Simplicity, the game they won was a double support with Mephisto. Falstad. And Hogger, with Lutano playing the Hogger. He is the Hogger player for the team, despite Cure usually being the offlane. But Cure, he picks up the Falstad. He's here for the global and the split push pressure. This is what Cure does really, really well. He keeps macro pressure. His macro is one of the best in the league right now. But WildHeart, they've gone for a composition that they're very, very comfortable with. Last time they did this, they ran Maiev and ran that as the main tank. They could do so again, but it's Johanna Hogger. That might be an issue. Let's see. They go for a main tank, Pit Kid. He's coming down to it when it matters. He brings out the Muradin to try and just pin down Falstad, Deckard, and Chromie. Mephisto, consider good into Chromie. The loop, you're considering that. The reason the loop is not an issue is because no one ever goes loop. They could go temporal loop here, but there is Sonya who has unstoppables, and of course can just hard engage you anyway. Stukov can get armor. Mephisto is just very hard to pin down in general. And they have the Cleanse and Divine Shield from Uther. They have the Muradin, who's hard to tank. This will likely be a slowing Sands game because the majority of Chromie games are slowing Sands games. So we're not going to see that. The Mephisto is considered good to Chromie because he can dive into that backline and get the free damage off. So the Muradin coming in. It's a best of 7. Correct. So a minimum of 3 games, because of course Simplicity have a 1-game lead. Minimum of 3, maximum of 6 games. That is as best as we can get. As we are heading into the game, no messing around, no hesitation, we are getting going. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grand Finals. This morning, on the right-hand side, fighting their way from the lower bracket, it is WildHeart Esports, actually running a main tank for once, with Simplicity on the left, coming from the upper bracket. They bust out the Hogger, the Chromie, and Deckard Kane. Starting off with a Sapphire, it's going to be a Sapphire Potion of Shielding Emerald build, most likely. Hogger, bones to gnaw, despite that getting nerfed recently. They're still going to make the play. They're going to make their way forward as an aggressive start. Hammer of the Lightbringer for Uther CC. Lutano has it at free unstoppable, so does Johanna. But being able to try and pressure them, catch them on those little gaps and try and pin down Falstad, that cooldown reduction on the Hammer of the Lightbringer is going to be very strong. The Hammer of Justice cooldown will be good. Reactive Ballista Balls again for Stukov. No changes, even with the nerfs. He's still going to be picking it up. The nerfs really a non-factor because it raises the cooldown on an ability that you're only using in team fights anyway. You rarely use it more than once in a team fight, so seeing that cooldown increase is really a non-factor. Falstad with the bribe stats, really trying to keep map pressure on in this series. Starting aggressive. Wave clears coming in unaverted. Good, a little bit of harassment, not enough to capitalize on for the moment. Most of the other talents, pretty standard. Dive onto Lutano, but that Hog Wild gets Lutano out of there, stays safe. Everything's pretty normal for the moment. Again, the only talents out of ordinary here, or that can really be swapped out, Uther and Falstad. Sonya sometimes swaps, Meridian sometimes swaps, but it's less likely. Bottom camp being thawed over. Weary Day. Trying to take the congestion. Zergling a little bit low. Pit Kid's coming in. They tried to back up to cause a bait. Lutano on the point. Gonna Hog Wild out. That's going to be the camp secured by WildHeart Esports, taking a small early lead. Not enough for kills. They're trying to set themselves up. They get the stun. Again, trying to focus Lutano, but Hog Wild. So hard to deal with. They just can't pin him down. Cure gets a little bit of damage onto Muradin, onto Pit Kid. Level 4 is hit. There's the Spite. It's a good globe map, so Spite very important here. Going to be so good. Pursuit of Justice. Full stun Muradin here. Just going to keep going into those backlines and just keep them locked down. Try and chase down that Hogger. Keep him stunned. The extra radius on the Hog Wild for Lutano. Keep the harassment going. There's that Potion of Shielding, as predicted. The static shield for Falstad. Not needed this time, but it was a little bit of danger. Reverberation for Muradin. Not going to go for Siegedin. Getting that cooldown reduction. Get that avatar up as often as possible. Technically, it does work for Haymaker too, but I think the odds of that are less than likely. Bribe going to be used for Legacy. You see, he doesn't wait to bribe the entire camp. Just speed up their clear, because he still gets that extra damage boost no matter if he clears the camp with just the bribe or not. So he still gains value from this. He raises his damage quickly, he gets the camp quickly. It's all worth for Falstad. Lutano, again, getting harassed. The pressure being applied by the members of WildHeart Esports, really trying to bully the members of Simplicity. Good stun onto Masquerade. Lurking Arm is good. No low blow to finish the damage. Falstad flying into the back line, trying to punish someone, but he's actually managed to get himself quite isolated. Barrel roll over the wall. Mephisto chasing him through the wall. Gets him with the Skull Lightning. Unaverted though, completely trapped by Lutano, gets the turnaround and picks up the kill. Nicely done for the turnaround kill, and Zergling is in serious trouble. Hog Wild Lutano gets an amazing bounce angle there. Let's see that again with Lutano picking up the kill. You can see Falstad flying in. We'll get to see the kill onto Legacy, barely escaping, but onto that Falstad. Cure is focused down, but now keep an eye on Hogger. That is Lutano on your screens. He gets the stun, knocks in unaverted. Zergling Gets a little bit too much damage from Chromie. Bounce off all 3 walls on that middle vent area to pick up the kill. What a beast, as the turn-in was achieved by Simplicity. Very nicely done by the members of Simplicity. They're able to pick up 2 kills to 1, taking the lead in this series. Battle Rage for Sonya, getting a little bit of extra sustain and camp clear. Good Mimic, but can they get it afterwards? Looking up to buy time. Unaverted eats the Sand Blast, but will tank it. Sonya trying to dual Hogger, trying to take care of this Web Weaver, but it's taking quite a bit of damage. Whirlwind and Battle Rage, the sustain that they have. The Emerald lowering the healing output here. With both healers in this middle lane, it's causing quite a lot of grief. Buds takes damage. Zergling loses the trade very hard and is forced to fountain up, not able to go back in. Meaning this Web Weaver gets more push potential. Mid, still being pressured, clearing out the minions first, so the towers can focus onto the Web Weaver. They focus forward with Weary Day making his way to bot lane. They will defend that. The fort will survive. Top has taken a lot of damage. They commit in to try and take this unaverted in the slowing sands. Tries to turn it. Dodges the Sand Blast of Chromie. None averted. Gets away. All the forts except Top live because, again, Pit Kid was left up there alone with Cure, and Cure, with the range advantage, was easily able to outtrade the Muradin and picks up the first fort of the game with the first Web Weaver. 37 gems in play for Simplicity as well, well on the way towards their second turn-in of the game, already gaining a lead. First bribe, and with the rotational ability and vision of basically everyone on the side of WildHearts, they're able to achieve that camp without too much difficulty as Masquerade tries to deny the turn-in. Weary Day looking for the second. Scroll of Sealing shuts it down. Hand of Protection for Uther. They know they need that cleanse just in case. They're trying to set up onto Masquerade. Unable to do so. Weary Day coming in to help Zergling. No stuns landing. They tried to set it up. Stay a while and listen. No new Lornados here. Sticking normally. The Hortipult, also nerfed, still coming into play. The Mighty Gust and Bless Shield. Slight level advantage for the members of Simplicity, so they hit 10 first. But here it is now for WildHeart Esports. Durance, Bless, Shield. Sorry, Divine Shield, wrong shield. Wrath of the Berserker. It is Haymaker. They're going hyper-aggressive. Pick it just can't be normal for a second, caddy. And I love it. They're going to see the, and of course, the flailing swipe for the Stukov. They clear out the lane. Lutano, burn down. Masquerade condemns in. They're forced to back up. Enough for a turn-in for Simplicity. They've been able to farm up while these battles have been happening, while this delay is happening. They are out macroing, exactly what we said. Buzz gets in a good chunk of gems. There's the Haymaker, forcing Legacy to back up. They were looking to maybe see if they could turn that into another turn-in, but they can't. They're still forced back. The Haymaker getting actually no value here. And with that, Masquerade will turn in bot lane, and that will be the second turn-in available for Simplicity. Going to be seeing a quick clear onto the Bruiser camp. They're going to delay it so that it will help them defend the Web Weaver. They delay it so that it fights underneath their fort to give them that extra protection. Bot lane in serious danger. Hogger already down. Cure doing exactly what he does every single game and just split pushing. Just getting value. His team delays and gets objectives. He just pushes and creates pressure. Haymaker onto Legacy. Spear lands. Bless Shield for the disengagement. Zergling pushes forward. They did cleanse that with a Hand of Protection. Pitkin, Divine Shield is burned. Stay a while. Flailing swipe the wrong way. Buds, no. Durance hits no one. Lutano was hog-wilding, making him unstoppable. And WildHeart are falling apart at the seams here. Cure has already pushed in an entire wall. There's a gust. They're going to turn it into kills here. They try to focus onto Unaverted to pick him off. He's going to go out with the Mimic. Pitkid's trying to buy some time, but Unaverted will be taken out. The Web Weaver gets a little bit of keep damage. They might even guarantee the keep here. They decide not to take the fight. But WildHeart Esports completely falling apart here as Simplicity take a huge lead. Ancient Blessings to rush down this fort, the last remaining fort of WildHeart Esports. Simplicity's lead is secured as we do see a pummel for the Hogger. Giant killer for the Falstad. They continue to crawl further and further ahead. They do still need 30 gems to turn in. 78 right now in control of WildHeart. They lost a couple more. They are just a couple of a full turn in though. They have one turn in. They can maybe get a second if they can hold on to their gems and if they can get their gems in. Simplicity, delaying, distracting, letting Cure do the exact same thing all game, every game. He's going to fly. He gets away. Zergling sees him come past. He knows he's gone. And immediately, seeing people come down to try and kill Cure, they start the boss. Because Simplicity are out macroing WildHeart very, very heavily here. They begin to focus it down. Legacy getting those potions of shielding to allow them to tank through. Hogger, the bounce to try and secure this. He's going to solo it while the rest of the team holds the line. Stay on listen to completely cut off any entrance point, and that is a boss secured by Simplicity. The Gusters try and guarantee the kill to Pitkin, which they do, and the unaverted damage is trying to turn this fight on its head. Durance will land onto Hogger in the backline and try and focus him down, at least get a kill, and they do. That's only their second kill of the game. Bud's caught in the Dragon Breath, very nearly falls, but they do get a kill, making this 1-for-1, but that boss is pushing into an already weakened keep, and this keep almost certainly will fall. The middle keep is taking a lot of damage as well. Actually, the Sonya damage might make this close. This could be cleared by WildHeart. Sonya racing as hard as she can. And they do save the keep, but it's basically killable by Cure. At any moment, he can now rotate up there. Simplicity, a tremendous lead. They are just short of their third turn-in of the game. Easily 2 turn-ins available for WildHeart Esports. Well, technically not. They need another 12 gems for 2 turn-ins. But they're trying. 30 gems on Zergling. But the harassment's too much. WildHeart literally can't turn in without a fight. They try to take it. The turn-in is interrupted by the time trap. Weary Day healing up the team. Pitkin trying to delay, trying to deny, but the harassment is so much. They land the Durance, but Gus disengages. Lutano from the side. They've got a great concave there. Forcing back the members of WildHeart Esports. Simplicity, they creep closer to their next turn-in, up to 58. Literally 2 gems needed. 1 gem left to turn in. Horapult into the point. They're going to try and steal this camp. They just won't let WildHeart take anything. The bounce is there. The camp was taken, but they get the double kill, taking out both the supports here. Zergling trying to flee, but he's taken out the anti-heal, even securing it. Legacy stay on listening here to deny the gems to WildHeart Esports. They are down to 19 gems. Let's see that again. They just lost 70 gems in one objective. The bounce from Hogger. All the gems on the point. The gems on this fight. They pick everything. And Simplicity may have just shut down the comeback potential of WildHeart Esports, taking those gems from them. They get the turn-in of their own. They lost the camp, but they just took it back. They begin to push in. Finding value where they can. Simplicity are absolutely destroying this game at number 2 as they make their way in. Sonya now has Giant Slam, a little bit of extra tank killing potential. Unaverted. Can't find the damage he needs. He's got full cooldown reduction, but he's getting zoned so hard. The solo damage dealer Mephisto not working. There's the focus onto Buds. Can they heal him? They have to Divine Shield him. There's the Haymaker onto Hogger, but he just hog-wilds away. So hard to pin down. Lutano escapes. Keep number 2 will fall because keep number 1 in top is 100% going to die. That is going to be 2 keeps down. Durance lands, they dive deep, stay a while lands, but they still get the false stand. Can they turn this into something else? There's the Ancient Blessing, Zergling is low, they dwarf toss out, Root onto Buds, but he's holding steadfast, gets killed off finally by the Dragon Breath. They try to turn it, good Haymaker from Pitkin to disengage Masquerade to buy them some time. The keep actually in mid lives, Masquerade good damage onto the Mephisto and onto the Uther. They're trying to heal up. This is a 1-for-1 technically. Pitkin dives deep. There's the Iron Skin, and down goes Pitkid. Baited and destroyed. A double kill, taking out all of the front line. The BM from Simplicity. As WildHeart Esports, it's 11 kills to 3. WildHeart Esports are on the run, on the defense right now. This mid keep will fall to Chromie if nothing else. With Piercing Sands, they siege it in. 2 keeps down. Simplicity, almost at level 20. A very solid lead here. Bribes are utilized by Cure, getting ready to stack another camp to add even more pressure. Lets his team port back first to gain a little bit more value that way. Heraldic Staff for Decker to prevent comeback potential from the Sonya. And we are seeing just the lead expanding. Level 20 is hit by Simplicity. They do have quite a few gems to go. We see WildHeart Esports trying to defend. In the meantime, Cure does all he ever does, and is just going to split push. Making the most of that global ability, exactly what he should be doing, playing very well here. Going to barrel roll away, play safe. He's got that speed boost on level 16. And of course, the second people show up to hunt Cure, Ancient Blessings is burned, boss is being focused, and the only way they can contest this now is to literally dive onto the boss. It is scouted. Muradin looking to come in, he dives onto the point, he holds it, he has Haymaker, the boss goes down, there's Gust, and the boss is secured. Stay a while silences almost the entire team. Hogger shuts off the escape, you are trapped, sir, as Cure rolls away, barely escapes. Chromie did go down, Hog wild from Lutano with no control, picks up the Uther, but Ghost Healing is coming out, trying to keep the rest of the team alive. This is one last chance for WildHeart. If they can get a couple more kills, they could stay in this game. They do pick up some kills. Cure denying the port so that boss goes straight for core. It is a 3-for-1 in favor of WildHeart against 20s. They do actually take the fight. In the meantime, split push gonna be coming in. Cure goes back, gonna grab bot lane, see if he can set up for the last keep of the game. The boss will be cleared up before it gets too much core damage, but in fact, any core damage. Good clear speed again, the value of Sonya, but that keep in serious dire straits. They're really trying to set up for Cure or Masquerade. Cure would be the perfect target here, but they're forced to turn onto Masquerade. He Iron Skins out, Fanaticism keeping it moving. The disadvantage of that Bronzebeard Rage of that Muradin, it's so good for sustain, but that damage over time means it keeps proccing that Fanaticism, guaranteeing that Johanna gets the maximum movement speed here. They're trying to turn in. WildHearts, this is actually one of their first turn-ins. They finally get in some gems. Zergling clearing out top, buying them time. Their core's still on 100%. They took a fight. They get level 20. They aren't actually out of this game. They can still fight. The upgraded Divine Shield. Bulwark of Light. Sharing is caring. Muradin, yet to pick. Probably a rewind if I had to guess. They've gone on for Unending Hatred. That big silence from the Mephisto could be huge. Sonya going for the Ignore Pain. They're making their way in. They're going to try and pick off Cure again. It's only Pitkid showing here. He hasn't got full burst, but he could still 1v1 Falstad. Gonna try and finish him. Haymaker him into the wall, so he doesn't get a chance to roll away. There's the Gust with Wind Tunnel burned. In the meantime, mid is being sieged, but these Web Weavers, you can see they're not getting the value. Cure's able to fly away and attempt at a Stormbolt to try and finish him off. Not a single fort has gone down from this Web Weaver phase. Lurkling tries to siege. Falstad, he just returns to bot, counter pushes again. He has the fly, he has the value, trust the team to do the D-push. Big is trying to play aggressive time trap with armor reduction to keep the pressure on. Falstad makes his way up, so he's within fly range, and also to de-push the other wave. He's denying every single piece of value that would be got from WildHeart Esports. Unaverted does a little bit of damage. Heroics, Wrath was burned, but that is it. They're still in this game. They are only a couple gems away from their turn, and pick it again. Hunting Cure, that speed boost on level 16, though, making him so hard to pin down. Avoids the fight. Camp started by Simplicity. You can see here, they don't actually attack it. They let Cure bribe it, even though they had it killed. They let him bribe it so we could get extra damage output. They try to focus Stukov, 100% isolated. Buds, he was just very out of position there. You can see Weary Day coming in for the Divine Shield, but that was just a big positioning oopsie, getting caught out way too far forward with no one else within range to help him out if he did get caught. That is a big kill. Buds taken out. This is now a Simplicity Web Weaver phase. Once again, they are going to be pushing in right for core. Scroll of Sealing comes in, unaverted, tries to buy time. They're clearing out the waves as best they can, but this is now 2 waves with Web Weavers coming in for the core. Cure delaying Pitkid, stopping him from getting into his base to hold the time. There's a Bruiser Camp pushing in once again as well. 27 seconds until Stukov. Falstad flies in to help push this core because they can end this here and now. Trying to delay. Pitkid buys time. Takes a bit too much damage. They're able to clear out the Bruiser Camp. They remove that spell shield. That gives them a little bit of an opportunity to try and hold this. As we do see, Durance sidestepped by Cure and the Web Weavers being focused down. They have to take this. Double root coming in. The Divine Shield with the Bulwark of Light. They zone away Cure. And the Web Weaver 1 is taken out. Second Web Weaver's on the way. Lutano dives into the core, trying to take it out. Good damage. Wind Tunnel focusing. Stay a while with the huge size of Respect the Elderly. Buds controlled chaos to try and buy time and keep people safe. Zergling dives deep to hold the line. Web Weavers coming in for the core. Condemned to hold this. Bot lane coming in as well with Web Weavers. This might be too much. Cure is going down. Cure will be taken out. Web Weaver, only 1 remaining. They're able to take out Chromie. Timeout. Buys her a little bit of time. Catapult's being killed off by Zergling. This is a defense of the lifetime by WildHeart Esports, keeping themselves in this. And they actually hold on 41%. WildHeart Esports, they hold on. They're still in this. They have enough for a turn-in. And there's a boss with 2 dead. This could be their last chance to make a play. They make their way to the boss. Hosty is there. Good, they retreat pings come out. Muradin is clearing out the waves. Stacking up. Waiting to see if anyone backdoors. Pitkid is the backdoor protection. And for good reason, Deckard and Johanna both show up. No one's going to get caught. They have to turn in now. They have to get value from this. Everyone here is enough for the turn, and Pitkid is not required for this. Actually, he is. They can't do maths. Oh, God. They need Pitkid. Pitkid is needed for the turn-in. They're not going to get it. Oh, no. They needed 3 more. Okay, they didn't have enough. Sorry, just Weary Day. He gets it from the middle minion wave. Catapults. On core. Pitkid. Pitkid minion wave clears it out. 40%. They lose 1% of the core. These Web Weavers, though, they're going to spawn very close to the core. Mid lane is the only lane that is going to spawn pushed up. They clean out the minion wave a little bit. This is the only lane they can really commit to. Bot Web Weaver spawns quite far back. Top one, not terrible, actually. But they've got to get something. This is more relief for them from anything else, but they are still able to get some pressure. They really could have used their boss with this. They commit to top. They delay in mid. Mid Web Weaver already gone. Simplicity. They immediately push across the map because they can win this game with a backdoor. WildHeart's porting back. They leave Sonya. Sonya stays. The port back is pulled out by Simplicity. With their play, they've bought time. Falstad flies in. Weary Day and Sonya are in trouble. They turn it, though. Everyone is here. They made their way back in. Stukov not here. Neither is Mephisto. Gust is burned. So is Divine Shield. Sonya trying to hold the line. Wrath of Berserker, she's held up by Respect the Elderly. Cure taking a lot of damage on the backline. Forced to back up. Buds makes his way back in. The ports were forced, and that protects the keep. Simplicity, they may not have got the back door, but they forced WildHeart to not end the game. WildHeart making their way across the map. The vision from Chromie finds nothing. They find Masquerade. They're just going to try and push bot lane instead. They've got a couple seconds of Web Weaver. They know they can't end, though. The back door could, again, easily be attempted. Cure and Lutano going back in. Port's coming out already. Weary Day. He cancels his port here. Demounted. Stukov makes it back in time, clears out the catapults. The consistent pressure that Cure gives is making it so hard for Weary Day to do anything. They have to keep defending. Pitkid and Weary Day are taking it in turns to go back and clear this out. Even Bud's taking a turn. But they're trying to make the aggressive plays. But the consistent pressure from Simplicity is forcing reactions out of WildHeart. But WildHeart are still in this. It's only going to take one direct endurance combo on multiple members from WildHeart to win this game. They just have to land it. On the other side, it could respect the elderly. Wind tunnel into a corner combo from Simplicity will easily end the game. No matter which team wins the next team fight, will end the game most likely because of top lane and of course top lane for the side of WildHeart Esports and Simplicity having taken absolutely everything. They're forced to back up. No turn-ins available for either team, both quite far away. 37 gems in total out of 70. 33 out of 60 for WildHeart Esports. Channel coming in. Getting all those gems off their person. Blind comes out. With Sins exposed by a little bit of time. Condemn quest complete, by the way. Sorry, Punish quest complete. They siege in. Zergling takes a little bit of damage. Hogger pushing bot lane, keeping the lanes pushed. Tops pushed, bots pushed, mid's about to be pushed. They're trying to turn in their gems, but again, it's exactly what we saw mid-game. They're just getting denied over and over and over by Chromie. Zergling dealing with the catapults. That's the priority. Tano turning in. Simplicity, they're creeping step by step closer to a turn-in. If that turn-in happens, it will end. There's too many lanes to defend. WildHeart would not be able to hold another turn-in. Unless they can get these lanes really pushed up. Zergling condemned, but does hold. He tanks. Lutano still pushing bot. Creating pressure, forcing a reaction. They make their way down. He's already left. That leaves the time for Simplicity to turn in the remainder of their gems. Still not enough for a full turn-in, but they're getting closer step by step. And of course, Cure makes his way top, grabs the gems, pushes this out. This is basically a game of can WildHeart find the mistake of Simplicity. If Simplicity make a mistake and WildHeart can engage on it, then WildHeart can win this game. If Simplicity can delay, they win this game. It comes down to this, level 25 to 24. Still a lead for Simplicity. Hail Mary boss. Aggroed, but not committed to. They were thinking about Haymaker, focus, wind tunnel. They buy time, they start out Johanna, but Iron Skin is burned. Durance applied, doesn't spread. They committed very hard to this. Catapults in the bottom lane, but they can't find it. With Durance burned, they're in serious trouble. Zergling pulled in, respect the elderly. It's interrupted by the double stun. They push in further. There's the spread divide shield onto two members, Sonya and Meridian both getting it, but they still can't find it. Pitkid, anti-heals, Dwarf tosses out. A Dwarf launch on level 16, saving the day. They have to make their way to other lanes now to clear this. Falstad times his fly perfectly with the cap, grabs bottom siege cap. That now has to be reacted to by WildHeart Esports. They clear out, buying time. Buds in position. Virulent reaction. Nothing going to be gained from it. Turn-in is available for WildHeart Esports. Now it's available for Simplicity with that last gem they picked up. They dive deep, preventing the turn-in. WildHeart can't let it happen. They can't let these gems be turned in. They try to turn in their own. The commitment is made. Unverted gets his in. Zergling trying to get his. They try to zone Falstad. Gems are in, but they still need 10 more. Their front line, Pitkid, has the remaining gems. Sonya makes her way bot. Clears out the catapults, buys more time. Lutano turns in 2 gems. Zergling and Lutano duel it out a bit. Big bounce, spell damage reduction onto Zergling. Spear is landed. They trade out quite a bit there. 5 gems on Cure. He is the turn-in. Pitkid trying to get his in. It's a race. They try to delay. And Toasty, he doesn't land it, but instead they commit to the fight. Going in for it. Durance, it lands onto Johanna. Wind tunnel focusing down to try and take her out. But Johanna gets away. Zergling goes deep for Cure, but he doesn't get it. Bless shield. Ignore pain to try and buy time. But Zergling is taken out. No turn-in for either team as they continue to brawl. As in comes Hogger trying to find the fight. It's a 1-for-0. Barely living. Pitkid dies for the turn-in. Their last chance to buy enough time. Controlled chaos. Buds keeps Lutano away. WildHeart buying themselves a couple more seconds, but it's not stopping Simplicity with a man advantage pushing in. These will be defensive web weavers to hold them in this game. If one member dies, this will end. The web weaver goes past. It will not help them defend. This is a team fight now to keep them in this game. Immediately Simplicity, though, they're backing away. They deal with the web weaver first. They want catapults. They're not committing to the end yet. They're going to clear the web weavers. They remove the one win condition WildHeart Esports had left. WildHeart are now left with one hope, and it's called murder. Once Zergling is back, Pitkid on the murder din, as it is sometimes called, is going to have to go for the engage of his life. The Durance will have to come out once again. WildHeart's win condition just became the single word kill. Boss started. They're going to yeet it. Pitkid trying to delay. They chase him in. Immediately the port's going to be forced. They can't commit to this. If they commit to this, it could be game. Haymaker to buy time. They know this is being taken. That boss is nowhere near done. They have to back up. This is a mistake. Pitkid is buying time. Hostie's on the core. Masquerade makes it in. Cure flies over Muradin. They pull back. Unaverted Buns coming in, but the core is already going down. Wind Tunnel separates the team. Control Chaos to try and split them away to buy some time. Turret is interrupted, but the core goes down. The misplay on the boss. And game number 2 goes over to Simplicity. 2-0 in this best of 7. Simplicity take the lead. In a controlled style, they wait, they take their time, and they're able to take game number 1 in this series. Immediately getting vision on that boss. They knew they had time. The boss clear speed, way too slow to attempt that by WildHeart. They get punished, they get shut down. The boss was the win condition. If they did not fight, they had boss or they had kills. And they chose boss, and they immediately got punished for it. You can see there to respect the elderly at the end. Falstad, that little bit of extra dash speed, the afterburner on level 16. Cure was so mobile with that. Kept everyone on their toes, kept the push going. Hogger, same build as usual. That hasn't changed despite the patches. That was just an insane out macro game. Let's look at the wave clear. Sonya, great wave clear. Muradin, decent wave clear once he has that Bronzebeard Rage. Mephisto, decent. But their speed of rotating compared to Hogger and the Falstad, so slow. And they lost so much value, being forced to react, to deal with the catapults, to deal with Cure, who's just consistently pushing against them over and over. Their push value did not come out. Game number 2. Goes over to Simplicity. They are now 2 games away from claiming victory in the grand finals in what could be a clean sweep. That Falstad, 60% win rate before this with a 3-2. Now it is a 4-2. So doing very, very well for them. Doing a great job here. Nicely done. Nicely done. They're doing good. So we're coming down to this. We're getting prepared for what could be game number 3. Yeah, there's quite a few commands. There is no support chant. There is no support command. I just usually shout it out and use my words. I should probably make one. And also there's a bot that just gives them automatically every now and again. So if you're enjoying the show while we're waiting for this nice shirt, thank you, Kaimo. If you're enjoying the show, then please consider dropping a subscription. We were aiming for 100 subs before the end of the month. That's looking a little bit less likely. It's still doable. We're 33 subs away, so it's less doable, but it is possible. So if you want to drop some subs to get us closer to that goal, this might be the last stream of the month. I do want to try and fit one in next week, but this might be the last one, meaning it's maybe the last chance to do it. We have 33 subs to go to hit that 100 sub goal before the end of January. So if you're enjoying the stream, maybe consider throwing that in. Also, thank you all very much for watching. I know you have a lot of choices when it comes to CCL casting. I appreciate that you have chosen Tetcher. I'm having a lovely time today. I hope you are too. If you're enjoying as well, you can also drop a donation via Bits or the Streamlabs link below. Or buy my merch. We've been talking below about False Dad today. There's False Dad merch in the description, in the links below the stream. You can hire me on Fiverr, make me cast something of yours. You can literally pay me to do that. That's a thing I do. That is a good chunk of income I get, because no one's paying me to do this except for all of you lovely people watching at home. And of course, if you're watching on YouTube, you can become a YouTube member by hitting join below the stream or clicking the Streamlab link in the description below. You can support for as little as 99 cents a month. Isn't that wonderful? So, we're getting ready to head into game number 3 as soon as possible. I'm trying to get a cheeky peek on what the map may be. 33 subs to go. I believe we can do it. It's unlikely, I know, but it is possible. And I like possible. Possible is my favorite kind of soul, except Popsy. As we are getting ready to jump into... Wait, that's Popsy soul. Wow, I just can't say that. I just can't talk today. Either way, we're getting ready to head in as soon as possible. It's gonna be hype, ladies and gentlemen. This series could be intense. WildHeart, though, they've got to get back into this. They looked a little shaky in that game number 2. Of course, game number 1 was the free win, but this is what Simplicity have been looking like the entire playoffs season. They haven't looked different. They've continued to dominate most games they've been in, losing single maps. But in terms of a solid balance, this has been a very strong lean towards Simplicity for a big win in CCL Season 1. Exciting, by the way. Season 1 of CCL confirmed there is going to be a Season 2 now sometime in the spring. Very excited to see that. I would love to be involved, but they haven't reached out yet, so unlucky, I guess. That is what we've said before. If you don't want to monetarily help out the channel, there is one very easy, free way that you can do stuff to help out the channel, and that is to be very vocal. I just dropped a pin. I'm going to find that so I don't step on it before I carry on with that. But you can help out the channel by being vocal. Vocal on Twitter. Vocal in Discords, on the CCL Discords. Vocal on Reddit. Just try to draw people's attention over to the Tetcher channel and the fact that I am casting this, that I am still casting. Despite being overlooked by Blizzard for so long, overlooked by CCL now, I still keep casting because I actually love doing it. It's what I'm good at. It's what I like doing. It is my passion. And I'm not stopping. You can't make me until I literally run out of money, which has come very close a couple times, which is why I appreciate people who are supporting so much. Again, big thank you to Selunks earlier for the 10 gifted subs. But that is how you can support the channel for free. Literally just bring more attention to this channel, bring more names in, raise that viewer count so that we bring attention to this channel and make CCL realize that my value is on their stream. Simple as. Or maybe, I don't know, they'll throw money at co-streamers. They won't do that. That costs extra money. And that would be silly. So, we're getting ready for game number 2 as soon as possible. There's no map showing up yet. I don't know what the delay is. But we'll jump into that as soon as possible. I've managed to go through my entire selling out spiel before they've even shown what the maps for Series 2, for game number 2 will be. So we have a little bit of delay. A little bit unfortunate there. Hello, if you're watching on YouTube. Sorry for this delay. I don't edit the YouTube VODs, so that's why. There we go. We got maps. Sky Temple is apparently what it is, so we don't even get to see the map don't even get to see the maps because we're just heading straight into the draft. So let's go do that thing. Let's head into the draft. Sky Temple will be our map pick. More globals. Potential for the Falstad to come in again. Split push forever until we win. Cure, cure, cure. And if he doesn't have Falstad, then he can just go Leoric and do the exact same thing. Can go Zeratul and just pick people. He can't go Zeratul because Zeratul's banned. Simplicity now, removing the Hogger. With WildHeart getting first pick this time, they don't want him to pick it up. WildHeart Esports. What do they go? Uther, Medivh, Chromie, all still available. They ban Medivh. Big map. Rotational abilities of Medivh would really help out. Makes a lot of sense to remove him. And Diva being taken out, meaning WildHeart could get Uther here. Go for that Uther double support style again. But Chromie, again, also available. What's WildHeart more scared of? They go for the Uther. Still committing. That Divine Shield still very, very strong. Simplicity, though. They repeatedly keep showing that they seem to have their ways around the Uther. Chromie, Cassia. All sorts of things are available. They get the Falstad and Brightwing, double global. If you want a double support, that implies you want a team fight. If we just don't, then you lose value. That is the playstyle of Simplicity. And on the map like this, it's a problem for WildHeart Esports. Because if the enemy team just keeps split pushing, the Temples do get some value, but the counter push is good. They get Tychus and they get Sonya. Just going for, again, a more combat focus. They want to clear stuff up. The grenade, interrupting Brightwing's fly, gives them some value. I don't know if we'll see the Malthael, because that would be a Cure hero, and Cure could be playing the Falstad. Cure or Lutano could be playing the Falstad, actually. Either or with this. Bans, removing the Diablo, they don't want to get hard engaged on. They want to be able to disengage as best as they can. They don't want to fight. So playing around those hard engages by banning some of them out, very sensible. And now the Chromie does get removed. No Chromie this time. Simplicity now. We still need a main tank, or at least a substitute tank. On a Pale Horse still is very good. Great double soak rotate potential. On a Pale Horse plus the None Can Stop Death means you die and then get back into the fight really fast. Excuse me, Observer. Hello? The wait is over. Crusade calls. That was Cassia and... Who's the wait is over? That's Johanna and Cassia. And we can't even hear what that one is. Observer? Hello? They really just can't not fuck with us at least one time, right? They're restarting the draft. Oh, there was an issue on the mainstream. Gotcha. God, I wish they told us any of this. Thank you, Dane Oceans. Thank you very much for the info, because they don't tell us anything. Alright. We'll keep the picks, but redo for everyone. Okay. Good to see. Alright, so yeah, Hasu's also trying to find out any of the information as well. So that's good. We'll keep an eye out. We'll come back to me while we wait to get this sorted. Hooray! Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties. Thank you, Hans. Hope you're having a good time. Again, we're only 33 subs away from getting our 100 sub goal for January. Very easily there, literally a third of the way. We can make it. It is doable. So if you like the cast, consider dropping a sub. Like this, Kaimo! Oh my god, thank you very much! Gifting out 10 gifted subs, make that 23 subs needed to get us to that 100 sub goal. Thank you so much, Kaimo Tripson, for jumping in. Congratulations to Zard Exator, Skitmo, Brooks, Vince, Viscerat Brr, or Brazil, I don't know. Listum, Judo Chop, hey, how's it going? Eclipsianu, great name. Sir Bojangles, yeah. Moex, something like that. And Slaggy. And I'm glad you're having a good time. Themes are some names. No, them some names. I love them. Thank you so much. You are all so generous. We're now 23 subs away from making our 100 sub goal. Thank you, Celux, and thank you, Kaimo, for being so generous and gifting out those subs. And thank you for the sub earlier from Crescent method. We're back in the draft. We're just going to click through exactly where we were up to. Thank you all for your generosity so much. We're also, by the way, I've just noticed, we are only 421 followers away from 6,000 followers. So pretty good. I almost said 600. That'd be funny. We're only 400 followers away from 600. We're screaming now, baby. Oh, damn it. We're just clicking our way through the bands where we were up to. There's Daddy with the first pick. Because we had a technical difficulty. Oh no. Okay. We're okay. Nothing broke. Nobody panic. The overlay is back. The overlay is back. We're good. Nothing's dead. We are fine. We are all good. Just breathe. Alright. Diablo banned away. Chromie taken out. Now we had Cassia Johanna here, I believe, from my ears. Cassia. And Johanna. And here's where we didn't get to hear. Here's where we stopped. There's the Maiev and Genji. Here we go. The Genji coming in. They want some backline murder potential. This gives them very fast map rotations as well. They're wave clear. Tychus and Sonya. Tychus with full grenade build really helps out the wave clear. Pick it, bringing back that main tank Maiev. Not as good against Johanna, but good enough. You can tie him out against that iron skin. Cure to finish up the draft. Of course, he could always swap to Falstad. What do we see? Is it Lutano on the Blaze, or will it be Cure? Ooh, it's gonna be Cure on the Blaze. Lutano on the Falstad. Maybe Lutano, who plays a little bit more aggressively in terms of team fights. Less global potential, but we do know how Simplicity play. They will still have that split push potential. But now, with the Genji to set it up. Thank you for the reminder on the prediction. I missed it in game number 2. So here we go. Game number 3. Who will win? Simplicity versus WildHeart. The predictions are up. Thank you for the reminder. I really am terrible at that. We're getting ready to head in, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching today. I appreciate it very much. And thank you for the support, everyone. Just 23 subs away from our 100 goal. We're heading in to game number 3 of our best of 7 series. Simplicity 2-0 up with their +1 lead from coming through the upper bracket on the left. Bribestad. Thunder Fury on the Cassia. On the right, having to make quite the comeback, WildHeart Esports. Coming in here with a more standard combo, though with, once again, the Maiev main tank, and busting it out when they need it, we have the Genji. Let's get this going. We push in. Simplicity. Already trying to retreat out a little bit, but they still turn around. Big focus onto Maiev. Heals from Uther, keeping them sustained. No tethers. Masquerade backs up. Heals onto Cure from the Brightwing with the percentage healing. It is a quarterback for Tychus. Hammer of the Lightbringer again for Uther. Stun cooldown. Lock him down. Tether onto Masquerade. Polly onto Tychus, but they still wave clear pretty quickly. Genji's wave clear, not great. Sonya's very good. Tychus, onto his level 7, insane. This is going to be WildHeart's saving grace. The fact that they will have such a easy-to-land wave clear to keep them in control. Falstad double soaking with the team for the moment. Get those bribe stacks up. Charge. Stop Sonya spinning. Sonya wins if she fights in the minion wave. And that's what they're going to try and delay. Uther soloing the camp, not for speed. He does not do this fast. He's soloing the camp because it's most sensible for him. If he can solo, if he starts the camp solo before his team actually arrives, then he gains more stack. His team will come here to help him out a little bit, but he will be the one to be left to just land these autos and make sure that he stacks out that hammer of the Lightbringer quickly. An invade attempted by Maiev. Good vault to the ward. Here comes Unverted out to the point. Genji into the backline to try and focus down Hosty, but Brightwing comes in. Pickett backs away, and Lutano with the chase picks up first blood for Simplicity. Overly aggressive, a little bit split up. Uther taking a little bit too long to clear that camp there. Exactly what they wanted for stacks, but punished by the hard engaged turnaround and the teleport in from Brightwing. Kira helping them actually clear the wave a little bit here. Doing the best they can. Neural Stim Pack for the Blaze. Keeping this normal, we've already mentioned this at the start, just going for that cooldown reduction. Also going for an oil dispersal at level 4. Get that cooldown reduction. Could even go for an Adhesive Petroleum, which was buffed recently. They clear down, grabbing themselves their own Bruiser camp, which will actually defend under 4 due to the way that they've set this up. Not so bad. Unverted tries to melt Cure a bit. Unable to do so. It's going to be in the rhythm for Tychus. So they've got their own Bruiser. This will defend the towers. It's good news for WildHeart because now they can capitalize and try and turn this into an aggressive push. They make their way forward. Pickett currently soaking the lane. Falstad also split pushing, so they're double soaking here. They make their way forward. Zergling piling on the aggression. He wants to try and take out towers with this Bruiser camp. Pickett soaks in experience. Falstad, of course, pushes in bot lane. Lutano doing it this time instead of Cure. Pickett makes his way down. Pickett trying to double soak right now. Maev's wave clear, not the slowest, so this isn't the worst strategy. Keeping Maiev down here. Because they need Sonya with the team. They're going to try and utilize that top temple to try and take out the top 4. Temple shots coming in. Zergling tanks through, takes a little bit of damage. And with that, Bud's able to tank through just enough. With 2 shots left, he can back up. Once there's 2 shots left on the point, you can back away, and it will guarantee the final 5 shots goes over to your side. Down goes Zergling, but they do take out top 4. That is a fort advantage for WildHeart Esports, despite not picking up a single kill this game. Blaze busts out the Crossfire. No Adhesive Petroleum. Sad times. Don't get to see the new talents. There's that melting point for Tychus. Huge talent. Going to be such a big deal for them in this game. Genji going for the more standard talent these days. That augmented guard, that little bit of extra shielding helps him stay alive. It's a really important talent here. Here comes Pitkid. Does not land the pull. They take control. A couple shots are left. Taking out the remainder of mid. Masquerade healing up just a little. They push forward. They get Pickett as he blinks in, but he jumps away, disengages, and Bud's able to dash away. Doesn't get his shield because he teleported too early. Final shots will be stolen by Simplicity. Lutano already in top lane. Zergling, if he could have landed that spear, he would have gone very hard on that. 67 stacks on the Hammer of the Lightbringer by Uther. Bud's scouting. Camp invade coming in for Simplicity, being completely ignored by WildHeart. Not worth the fight. Great Vault of the Wardens again. Pickett staying on point, staying alive. Unaverted, again, great camp and minion clear. He will really help with this. Sonya and Falstad continue to duel. Falstad wins that due to range advantage, and the Sonya can land a spear. Bud's coming up, though. Trying to force Falstad to step up. Doesn't get it. Camp being taken by Simplicity. Keeping the pressure on. Keeping the micro going. The macro, sorry. 18 stacks on that in the rhythm. Hammer of the Lightbringer is complete. Level 10. Hit earlier for Simplicity, making the most of their global. But you can see here, Maiev has actually kept the members of WildHeart Esports up relatively well here. Gust, Blink, Heal, Ball, Lightning, Bless, Shield, and Bunker on the other side. Divine Shield, X-Strike, Leap, Odin, and this will almost certainly be a Warden's Cage. They're going to try and get Lutano. Oh, the barrel roll to dodge the leap, turnaround play. Sonya in trouble. There's the whirlwind, bless shield, and Zergling is gonna be taken out, making it look easy. Lutano dodges the engage attempt, the first kill attempt for WildHearts, and is shut down completely. Maiev is holding. She could go for the containment disc. She could have tried to use it to try and lock down Brightwing. Sides against it. Tether in. Lutano rolls away. Doesn't get fort range. Don't get the aggro. And they avoid a fight. So we still see Warden's Cage. The reason he was hesitating is because Bunker and Johanna both counter Warden's Cage. Warden's Cage is something that's cleansable. So Johanna's Iron Skin, she can literally just walk around the walls and pop all of them to free her team. And Bunker can be placed in the wall to allow people to get into the bunker and out the other side. Ooh, bit of a stutter there. Big stutter there, but it looks like we're still okay. Stream's fine. Nobody panic. We are fine. Everybody... Ooh, we're getting quite a lot of stutters here. Tell you what we're going to do while there's no immediate fight happening. We're going to quickly refresh to make sure everything's fine. Do the best we can. Let's be sensible here. Cure. Focus down. Tethered. Focus. He gets the bunker off. Polly comes out. They try to focus him. The stutters are real. Cure goes down. But they hold. They hold out for now. I'm not dropping any frames my side. It's not only here. Good to know. Thank you. Hello. All right. It looks like it's stabilizing a little bit. They clear everything out. Falstad do exactly what Kyo was doing last game, pushing in the top lane. Genji goes to deal with that, tries to duel Falstad. Genji has a pretty decent fight to Falstad, but with Brightwing here, it's a problem. Blast shield from over the wall, and they're just everywhere. Picker comes in, Warden's Cage, and Bud gets out. Picker with the save, Hosty being charged down, but he isn't core. No level 13 for unaverted means no slow. With no slow from Tychus, they can't guarantee the kill. They do go for Cure, though. Bunker, not off cooldown. He gets the stun, though. Do they have the spear? They can't chase him. No kills for either team. Both team able to avoid the fight. Fort was taken, and actually, WildHeart come out ahead there. They are now 2 forts to 1 in their favor. I mean, mid-fort is barely even a fort at this point. It's more like a small cardboard cutout from a high school play of a fort, but it still will shoot you, as we do see the shots being taken down. Trying to deal with mid lane. Stun onto Zergling. Take him out early. Pickett comes in. Tether. Iron Skin through. They back away. The fort will still do damage, will still hurt. Put the pressure on, clearing it out. Cure, getting demounted, charges away very quickly, avoids danger, unaverted. Not going to get caught here. But still okay. Clearing out the minion wave, trying to save mid-fort, but Johanna will finish the job there. Boss, aggroed. They still have leap, they still have cage. They have D-shield. They're trying to zone. Good charge from Blades. Well predicted. Leap. They ignore the boss. They're looking for a fight. Gus splits it. Bunker with Divine Shield onto the Maiev. Falstad runs through. Warden's Cage buys time, but so much damage is dealt. Masquerade from the side. His team, if they'd followed up, he would have blessed. Decides against it. Backs away from the engage. Blink heal comes in. Mid-fort, as we already said, was taken out. The paper mache has fallen. Hit it a couple times with a water gun, or in this case, Masquerade's shield. It's an easy time. Bot fort goes down as well. Final fort taken away from WildHeart Esports is now keeps all the way. They are looking for a counter engage though. Didn't actually lose anyone in that fight, so they're still willing to play aggressively. They don't have any heroics, but neither is Simplicity outside of Blink heal. Blaze going to make his way down to bot lane, going to begin picking that up. Lutano continues to push. Gains value elsewhere. Unaverted. Pushing everything up, trying to keep the lanes clear, buy his team some time. Cassia, once again, go for the usual talent for a Q build, the static electricity. Firing those thunderbolts, the lightning bolts to each nearby enemy hero. And gaining that 2 additional charges of lightning fury. They try to get onto Johanna, no luck. Fanaticism, again, coming in from Masquerade, keeping him safe. This is a big setup right now for Masquerade, really keeping him alive. They do stop Cure porting, trying to focus him down. He bunkers to avoid the tether. Bunker is down. Can he get out? He's on the run. Brightwing coming in. They get him before Brightwing arrives. Probably worth it here. Blaze would have been kept alive a little bit longer in time for the team to come in. Boss started again. They burn the melting point grenade. They're going to commit to this. In the meantime, Simplicity, they move across the map. They're going to steal the Bruiser. Take what you can. Leave nothing behind. Simplicity, they just keep map pressure as best they can. They go grab their own Bruiser as well, with Falstad bribing a couple and clearing out the rest. That's a lot of pressure top lane. In the meantime, WildHeart. Looks like they're going to commit to the bot lane push with 2 siege camps. One's going to be a little late, but 2 siege camps and a boss. They're going to try and get themselves a keep. 2 bruiser camps will be pushing without any heroes in the top lane. WildHeart, they have Odin to commit to this push. Boss, still relatively healthy. Pitkid, looking to see if he can catch someone. Odin is dropped. Gust, available for a little bit of disengage to buy them some time. Odin pushing in. They move into the corner to avoid the Gust. Gust burned there, so not available. Boss at half health. WildHeart may commit to end here. They push forward. Boss at just over a third health. Can WildHeart make this happen? Lutano bullied down a bit. Cure looking to try and set up. Birds needs to be careful. Healed up by Weary Day. Boss taken out. Catapults distracted by Legacy, who's causing a ruckus. Zergling trying to create an angle here. They retreat. Lutano and Legacy healed up to full. Everyone on the side of WildHeart looking a little low. Pitkin trying to pull in Hosty. There's the leap. They get the kill. X-Strike is able to secure that here. 2 Siege Giant camps still pushing in, but the health bars on WildHeart are looking very low here. Heals from Weary Day are coming out. The bunker forces them to disengage. They stun. They charge in with Genji. Here comes the pull, but Blaze Stun hits everyone. And that's going to be a full team wipe by Simplicity. The Bruiser camps cleared out top lane. Unaverted's getting healed up by Ghost Uther. They're trying to buy time, trying to delay for time for people to respawn, but it's both the global heroes who were left. Everyone else is charging across the map. The Bruiser camp is pushing in to try and set this up. That is 30 seconds left for the next nearest person to spawn. Brightwing's teleporting in, Falstad's flying, and game number 3 is going over to Simplicity. Match point! Simplicity 1 game away from becoming your CCL Season 1 champions. Finding the angle they needed, Cure with the multi-man stun to turn that game on its head. Simplicity 1 game away from being your CCL champions. Can they close it out? It comes down to this. Hans, thank you very Celux, thank you for gifting a sub to Hans. Very appreciated. Thank you very much for your kindness. We are now 28 subs away, assuming the counter updates and so no one expired their sub. So you can see at the end there, Brightwing keeping that healing up. The solo heal Uther doing value, but you saw those health bars at the end of the game just tick down. And they couldn't keep up. Uther could not sustain the team through all of that. The group up came, and Cure found the angle, going for the hard engage, the suppressive fire, lowering the spell power to buy them enough time to go for the hard charge and turn that fight on its head. We are, in fact, now at 78 subs, 22 subs until we hit our 100 sub goal with maybe 1 game left. It comes down to this. Thank you very much, Celux. It is very appreciated. Comes down to this. Mainstream's gone on break. Let's see what they reply to the whole lag thing. Stream is having dropped frames, waiting for it to come back. Should correct in 45 seconds. So yeah, it fixed itself by the looks of it. We are good. So It comes down to this. WildHeart Esports need to pull off the full reverse sweep. They now need to win 4 games in a row. That's what they need to do now. There is no alternative. WildHeart have to pull off the perfect best of 7 reverse sweep. Or Simplicity are about to take a clean grand final. It is possible. WildHeart, they're going to have to pull off some crazy stuff to bring themselves back into this series. But it is doable. The odds are stacked against them. Simplicity, 1 game away from taking the full series now. They're playing this out of their mind, making the most of those large maps. Garden, I believe, was not banned out, so if that's left available, another big map could be brought into play and cause several issues for the members of WildHeart Esports. That's ban Falstad or Joe. That's the issue, though. If you ban Falstad or Joe, you leave up Medivh, you leave up Zeratul, and Cure causes problems. You leave up Chromie. Too many problems to be created if you leave those options available. We've seen Simplicity are having those heroes banned against them for a reason, because they are causing too many issues to deal with. And this is where the problem lies. Battlefield, one of the maps that could have been turned on by the members of WildHeart, where they could have taken them to a fighting style map. That's not available anymore. That was banned out. And that is where the issue is coming. Feels insane. Cure smurfing too hard. Cure is playing very well. Cure was very, very cocky at the start of the season before the draft came into play, saying that he would not play for a team that didn't let him pick his teammates. And he got that in Simplicity, but it was a very cocky thing, saying, I just won't do it. But he did get what he was looking for, and he's showing he deserves that cockiness. He's showing that it is well-founded confidence. That he is, right now, on the verge of bringing his team to victory, with PitKid throwing out insane potential with his tank picks, really causing chaos. And it comes down to this. Masquerade, the tank player who was replaced in 30k and found a new home in Simplicity. Legacy, the 6th player tank, having a little bit of a better practice schedule than Collusion, coming in when he was needed most and creating wins. Everything from the side of... Cure said they wanted to do that PDX Badger. Everything from the side of Simplicity is working out. Well-founded confidence from Cure. Masquerade, showing he should not be tossed aside. Legacy, showing he's not a 6th player. It comes down to this. Let's see who can secure this, who can finish this series, who it will come down to. Cure has been practicing that Falstad this week, and they have the flexibility for him, Lutano, to play it. It's working really, really well. And that is true. A lot of the orgs did discuss with the players beforehand who they wanted to play with the most. There were a couple who did it a little less than others. I'm not going to mention any names. DX Badger getting the sub from Celux as well. Celux, oh my god, you're insane. Thank you so much for the generosity. Thank you so much. We're at 79 subs now. 21 needed to hit our 100 sub goal with potentially 1 game to go. Yeah, a couple teams interviewed their players a little less than the others, but quite a few did. But most of them did interview players quite a bit. And yeah, a lot of them did say that. We did have some teams, though, but obviously the teams did not know their exact compositions before the draft. The draft was still important because there were a couple teams who did actually get their players stolen during the draft. Here are players who they did actually want to draft, but they had to go down to the next one on their list, which was really fun. It's why I like the draft, and I hope we get one for Season 2. It's going to be nice to see these players getting swapped around a bit, if so. Getting there, exactly. 21 subs to go. It's a draft. That's how it goes. Exactly. It's so fun. It's so superb. I absolutely love it. All right, let's have a look at the main stream, see what the hell the holdup is. They're chatting. Cool. All right. But it's this or nothing for WildHeart. Oh, wait, I need to fix that. I need to do the prediction. Hang on. Choose prediction. 100% of people thought Simplicity would win. So let's choose outcome, Simplicity, choose prediction. There we go. All right, and we will start prediction. Who will win game 4? And we'll keep that ready to drop after the draft. Please remind me. I wonder what Season 2 draft will be like if Orgs could opt out. Yes, I think they will do. They'll probably do a new org draft. They'll probably let the Orgs have the opportunity to stay, but I think they'll give the opportunity for any of them who want to drop out to drop out. But yeah, I think the majority of the Orgs who are in it will probably stay in it. We'll see. I don't know. I'd like to see a new org or two. Maybe have a relegation system, but I expect it's probably going to be more like a LCS system where it's franchise-based. The Dog Lady! Thank you for gifting out 5 subs to the community. Thank you very much. Hello downstairs. As we do see this, thank you very much. We are now at 84. 16 subs to go for a 100 sub goal for January. We are so close. Drayshoot, True Blue Hair, Sunny P, Dace. Oh, hang on. Dashetamo. Oh, I'm not going to pronounce this one correctly. Dashetamo, maybe? And Tism. That's an easy name to do. Thank you very much. And I hope you're enjoying yourself. Have I ever compromised a pros cons list, a professional hot... What? Comprised a pros and cons list of professional HOTS thoughts? What, as in, like, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing to be a HOTS pro player? No, because there is no objectively right answer there. It's people trying to be the best at what they want to be the best at. There is a... Unless you're arguing for, like, having a professional league and not having a professional league. In which case, I have done it mentally. All right, let's jump into the game. We have our draft. I've done it mentally, and the fact is, yes, it is value to have a professional league. It just depends. You have to make sure the league is sustainable. CCL's doing a pretty solid job of that for the moment, especially with the fundraising that they have been doing and the sponsorships they have been getting. They're making this pretty financially viable for themselves. As long as they're able to keep affording the commentators they're doing, or at least get commentators or get other commentators and keep raising that production value, because the production value is definitely the thing that would need to be boosted the most right now. That is how they can improve it. But right now, they're doing a superb job. Honestly, I BM them a lot, but that's mostly because the clean feed keeps breaking. I honestly think that CCL are doing a good job. But yeah, I do think that Heroes Esports has a more pros than cons. I cannot talk today. It is more value. It is fantastic marketing for the game. It is great investment for the people to stay in the game. It stops complacency. It really keeps the commitment to the game. It promotes the game as the attention spreads, especially with people being brought in celebrity-wise. It makes a lot of sense. And of course, it supports the pro players and gives the lower ranked players something to invest in. Kroby, taken by WildHeart, preventing it going over to Simplicity, leaving both Medivh available and Tychus. There's Medivh and Diablo, the classic combo. The Medivh Diablo is such a scary combo here. That's a big engage potential for the members of Simplicity now. Remember WildHeart, they have to pull off the miracle. The full 100% reverse sweep. They get the Tychus and the Sonya. Committing to this Sonya every single game. Will it work out? Simplicity now with their bans. I can find that information out for you, in fact. In terms of Medivh. Medivh has a win rate of 63% in CCL. He is either picked or banned in 84% of all games. And that number keeps rising. Kroby, 46% win rate, and is picked or banned in 85% of all games. The only hero above Medivh. We're going to see the Malthael removed. They're a little scared of that portal engage from Cure. They're trying to really remove Cure's hero pool here. Try and lower him, but Falstad's still available. Still has that option. Stukov still a counter to Medivh. He is enough. Stukov and Malfurion still do well enough into Medivh, looking on the portal, or the root on the edge of the portal. Brightwing coming out. Vala. Hyper carry Vala. Not go for the Falstad here. But that leaves Cure to be something flexible, something split pushy. Lots of options here. You can pick that Leoric up again. Leoric plus Diablo gives them a lot of predictions. The predictions will be coming after the draft. Final pickups. They need a support and a tank. They could go Maiev again. Garrosh and Lucio going for their own ability to try and counter the portal to dive that backline. No Stukov. The speed boost from Lucio to try and set up the Garrosh. Remind me to close the predictions after photo. Nope, sorry, I'm just done. Remind me to start the predictions after the draft. I always forget to start them, which is why I like the assistants. Thank you for the reminder, because now I can do it right after this pick comes in. Cure to finish it off. There's that Leoric, as predicted. No surprise there. Simplicity's draft, outside of that Valor. Simplicity's drafting in general is one of the most predictable out of any of the teams in CCL. The problem is not its predictability, it's the fact that it's really hard to counter, because they keep winning. Alrighty, I'll start the predictions now. Who will win Game 4? Simplicity versus WildHeart Esports. 2 minutes. Start your prediction now. We're going to get this going. As we are heading into game number 4, ladies and gentlemen. It's technically game number 3, but obviously Simplicity started with a 1-game lead coming from the upper bracket. This is what we had to do to get here. Simplicity from the playoffs, starting, by the way, in game number 2 of the playoffs, fighting against Granite Gaming. They fought their way through Granite Gaming, through Sidestep Kings, and through 30k to make their way into this spot, where they proceeded to 3-1 Crowd Control, 3-1 WildHeart Esports, and now the rematch against WildHeart Esports is coming in right here, right now. Let's get this going. Welcome to the CCL Season 1 Finals. It could end here and now. On the left, 3-0 up, Simplicity. On the right, having to pull off the reverse sweep of a lifetime, it's WildHeart Esports. They have to pull off a miracle to make this work. Body check for Garrosh. Prevent the Brightwing healing. Create value that way. Tychus, range boost. Trying to keep himself out of danger this time. Very sensible with that. Press the advantage. He's going to try and bully, stay out of range of Diablo. Bully the Leoric. He's losing wave clear, but they have Chromie. Pick it, throws Cure. Brightwing comes in, force of will. Cure survives. The sustain and burst sustain out of Simplicity is what's going to cause WildHeart some really big problems. Shots coming in from Chromie. Vision available from the Chromie, starting off with this standard Time Walk's Pursuit. Buds dancing back and forth, avoiding. Thank you for the 8 gifted subs, Selux. You are ridiculous. Masquerade thrown in, charges to Zergling. Anti-heals applied from Body Check, and Masquerade goes down. We are at 92 subs because Selux is an absolute beast. Unbelievable generosity. Thank you so much. Mark Zombie, Salwan, Rosie, I think, Cribble Mendez. That is certainly a name. Scribble Mendez, Stioxy, Physio Sophie. What is this one? Alice Layton. Wow, I really can't read. And Marcos. Congratulations on your sub. Selux, you are just ridiculous. Thank you so much for your generosity. We are now 8 subs away from our 100 sub goal. And WildHeart Esports are now 4 wins away from their championship. 1 win away for Simplicity. Can they hold? Can they make the comeback? Here's Cure from the side. Wraith walking onto the point. There's healing cap. WildHeart stolen by Weary Day to guarantee it. Good body check to guarantee the kill onto Cure. Pitkid with this body check is actually picking up kills. 2-0. Oh, philosophy. It's an L. That makes sense. Well played. Thank you. I love it. Full slam build in the rhythm again for Tychus. Going for full auto attack build will likely go for the combat tactician. He could still go for Relentless Soldier and still gain value here, though. Does not 100% need that combat tactician, especially if he can get really stacked on that in the rhythm. Valor standard multi-shot build. Neil Peasants, double wave clear build for the Leoric. Brightwing. Unstable Anomaly, percentage damage and slow. Great follow-up for Engage, especially from Diablo, who is full auto-attack build. Engage, destroy. They hold it. Lucio scouting, trying to prevent rotations, cause a distraction. Sonya is being zoned out a bit up in top lane. Zergling being bullied by Lutano. Ranged versus melee, always hard. But Lutano getting punished, exactly the issue of why you don't see a lot of the time ranged heroes trying to duel the melee hero, because ganking is really important. Luckily, Simplicity, they do have the rest of the team rotating in very quickly. Grenade is dodged. But it does keep Lutano alive, even Blink coming in, the phase shift to keep her alive. Level 7, hit for Simplicity early. Objective completely abandoned by both teams. Lucio, no boombox upgrade. Lay cry. And we are going for the combat tactician for the Tychus. Maximum percentage damage. They find Cure. Body check. Anti-heal, but Force of Will portal. Medivh. Unaverted. 2 shots onto Lutano. Chasing in. Trying to lock him down. Big stun. Needs to be careful. Pitkid could throw him in and they could try to go for the turnaround portal out. They find the throw onto Lutano, the perfect target with the anti-heal, but they may lose Garrosh. In the meantime, the WildHeart has to be burned, but that allows Pitkid to maybe go back in and try and look for a kill on Diablo. They charge forward. Spear comes out. Where's the throw? Portal is interrupted. Boot by Lucio, but Force of Will is such a fun and interactive ability. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful time in this very zen stream, as we do see Buds picking up the siege camp, grabbing himself a turret for his team. WildHeart Esports, they will claim the first protector for their own, which they will then use to peacefully push the middle lane. Gonna get some extra push. Going with the normal strategy these days, a lot of players running with a single person in the protector to gain the extra value there. Host team, Masquerade and Cure, making the most of that. Leoric Drain, hope to just eat the Protector. Rest of the team trying to cause some pressure up in mid lane and top lane. Big melting by Buds. Force of Will shuts it down. Buds really making the most of this Tychus. Polymorph, burned on Zergling, lower the damage output. Sound Barrier still coming out. No new high five. Ripperoni, still bad, unfortunately, by the looks of it. In this case, though, so important. You gotta be able to ley line against this. Are able to hold. Protector barely alive. Barely alive to hold for the moment.
So that is the extent of the Protector's power.
Multi-shot continue to harass onto the objective. Level 10s. Rain of Vengeance. Entomb, no surprise there. Apocalypse, Leyline, Blink, Heal. Wrath the Berserker, slowing Sands with timeout already picked up. Warlord's Challenge. Odin, we already mentioned Sound Barrier. WildHeart, this is the best game they've had so far. 3 kills to 0. This is their chance at a comeback. Simplicity, they seem to have a curse of always losing at least one map to everyone they play against, but they always win in the end. But to be so close in a best of 7, they're still in of a chance. Support camp being picked up. WildHeart is available. Ley line being threatened by Hosty. There's the ley line. Garrosh just caught in it. Apoc comes out. Lucio gets the bionic emitter. Big focus onto Buds on the backline. Sound barrier does not land. 10-second cooldown. And Pitkin is completely body blocked. That is a big kill advantage going over to Simplicity as they grab the double kill. Pitkin will certainly still fall. He drops as much damage as he can. And Lutano is still chasing, looking for a third. Unable to get so, unaverted, backs away. Very nicely done, good steal. Bionic emitter was stolen. Was not used. They were able to pick up their turret in the end as well. Big charge onto Chromie, big lag from the clean feed. Sound barrier to save the day, because unaverted actually needs it. And they will get out. Good time trap. Gonna try and get some counter damage. Lutano dropped low. Force of will, still good. They focus down. Dragon Breath just short on Lutano. And the portal gets them out again. Cure makes his way down, continuing to soak up for his team. Zergling double soaking as well. Both teams still going to hit level 13 pretty much about the same time here. Liara going with an auto-attack build. Life Leech. Not surprising there. We'll be going for a Mithril Mace later on. Cure going in, retreating away back to his team as he was engaged on by Pitkin. Wraithwalk, good ability. Neosteel plating, no escape. Turret stolen by WildHeart. Still playing aggressively when they have numbers and positioning, really making the most of their comp right now. Garrosh holding on to his level 13 for now. They try to get Cure again. Entomb is available. Leyline gonna catch multiple members. Buds in the Entomb, but he's holding. Gonna try and melt Hosty. Time Trap actually shuts it down. The Garrosh goes down first. Masquerade turning onto Zergling to stop the whirlwind from happening. Zergling trying to focus onto Cure to get a counter kill. Anything! The grenade comes out. They get the double. Killing off Brightwing up the side as well. And WildHeart got the turnaround play exactly when they needed it. Looking real shaky there for a second. They siege in, using Odin. Maximal siege potential. They have to get value. They need something. Overpower. Good knockback by Lucio. Saving Zergling there, who's very barely alive. The portal with the Rain of Vengeance picks up the counter kill. The overextension from Zergling, who's been having a little bit of a rough night. Buds caught down with the slow from the unstable anomaly. Entomb onto unaverted. Simplicity are farming them right now. They pick up a triple kill, quadruple if you count the Garrosh earlier. Defensive measures was eventually picked up by Garrosh. Polymorph again, shutting down Pitkin. Defensive measures to buy time. Masquerade was looking for a stun there. Indomitable burned by Pitkin. They clear out the lanes as quick as they can. Buying time. Simplicity taking a lead in terms of kills for the first time, but experience, they have been ahead most of the game. There's our Mithril Mace. Cure begins stacking up. Manticore for Valor. They need that single target damage to deal with Garrosh. Full overpower reset for Diablo. It guarantees a stun, which means more Feast on Fear healing, not having to rely on landing those wallbang stuns with the Shadow Charge. Defending this out. Critterize for the Brightwing. A little bit of extra damage output that way with the armor reduction. Excuse me. Medivh busting out the Temporal Flux. Heroic cooldown reduction. Big brain plays for Medivh. Land those ley lines. Just buy all the time you have. Level 16 is hit. Giant Slammer for Sonya. Trying everything they can to stay in this game. Garrosh committing to an Earthshaker. That little extra stun gives them a tiny bit of extra time to kill off Leoric, their main target. He's the one who is furthest up the most. Entomb immediately burned. Pitkin moves forward. Force of Will already burned. But look at Pitkin's health. Sound Barrier comes out. Leyline completely cuts the team. But Apoc, not well timed. Taunt was completely delayed though. Shut down by the Leyline. Zergling is taken out again. And Simplicity get another 1-for-0 trade. as they push in further. Unaverted gets hit by that multi-shot punishment. Full hatred, so a huge chunk of burst damage there. Tano backs away. Lane safe. Tano's Gloom is now activated once again. Unaverted sieging in. Masquerade charges. Pickett throws him in. This is their chance to get someone, but Portal is there, and Masquerade no longer is. Leyline, no Apox. It's got to go for this. Undomitable was used. Pickett in full retreat, but focus down. Big damage output is coming in here. Weary Day really trying to buy time. Pickett, the lowest. They get the taunt. Trying to focus taunt onto Weary Day, who's able to back up. Garrosh, the one to die, though, but barely escaping. Lutano can't find the engage, but it's another 1-for-0 in favor of Simplicity as they turn again onto Zergling. Leyline seal to buy time. Zergling is focused down. Drain, hope, speed boost with no escape, but one more stun, and he will be taken out. Diablo actually goes down, but Zergling still dies to Vala. It's a 1-for-1 there. But Simplicity are just trading up every single time. They either go to double soak to get themselves to level 20. They have Cure to get themselves that experience. And this is WildHeart Esports' chances falling away. They hold on to keep themselves going. WildHeart's dropping everything they can. Sonya back in 22 seconds. The objective abandoned. They want level 20 first. They have a kill advantage, but they'd rather have 20 and the Protector. Now they can make their way up. They know they'll soak it in. They're maximizing item value as well. They will go to this, then the support camp. They'll have 20, the camp, and the Protector. This is their end. They can try and just push into end with this. This might be their play. WildHeart Esports, they clear everything up. They have Tychus. They have Sonya. They have percentage damage to deal with the Protector. They have a chance to keep themselves in this. But WildHeart are going to have to pull off the miracle. A reverse sweep starting in Game 4 when they are behind 3 kills and 2 levels as 20 is hit. Buried alive. Farflight Quiver. Vala, the hero they might have been able to get to, is now further beyond their reach. Hellgate. Medivh cheats. Yes, he does. And the Invisible Friends for Brightwing. Legacy has been playing out of his mind all day today. As we see them make their way in. Lutano clearing out the lane, poking away. Keeping the control going, keeping the pressure on. The Protector is ready. Diablo going to be the one in it. Leoric going to get in as well. They're just going to siege in. Risky to leave Brightwing out because she is the most one at risk, but that burst healing is going to be so good. Lutano needs it. Odin popped from in the base. A full level until level 20, but they gotta zone. They gotta buy time. They're not committing. Simplicity not going hard here. They don't go for the keep. They don't finish committing. Simplicity. Not worth the risk. They could try and... They waited out the Odin, though. They bought a lot of time. 45 seconds, 39% health left. With the Odin down, they're able to siege in a little bit more. Now Tychus has to step up a little bit closer. Rain of Vengeance dodged, but unaverted. Leyline seal, and the Protector is about to delete the Chromie. Buzz trying to buy time. Buried alive, caught inside, and Buzz is in trouble. Sound Barrier keeps them alive, though. Protector has exploded. They're fighting up to keep now. The Biotech Emitter keeps them topped up, but that's still a kill for nothing. Keep goes down. They keep pushing. Apoc. They find nothing. But they're still looking. They're hovering around the core. This could be it. Simplicity looking to close this down to shut down the dreams of WildHeart. Medivh cheats. Catches both the backline. Pick Kid buys time. Diablo. Hellgate. Boom onto Weary Day with the wall stun. Overpower. But Weary Day sneaks away. Zergling comes back in to buy some time. The Drain Hope is causing so much damage. They're holding for now, but Lutano, he just keeps autoing. He won't stop until the core is dead. Buds doing damage, buying time. There's the charge. Masquerade in trying to get the kill. Buried alive onto Buds, who's trying to do damage. He can't make it into base. The overpower's too good. There's the taunt picking, buying time. We see unaverted back. They drop the damage, porting to the other side of the core. The shield is still up, but they just keep fighting Leyline with the Medivh cheats to buy them a couple extra seconds of damage. Diablo pushed into keep range. Cure burning through, but they are untouched in a clean 4-0. Simplicity will be your CCL Season 1 champions. They chase down the core, they fight underneath, and they do not care for WildHeart. That is going to be a clean series and a clean season for Simplicity, who will take victory and are your first CCL champions. Masquerade was the problem. Nicely done. Well played by Simplicity. A well-deserved win. They were the better team on the day. Playing it well, playing it beautifully. They struggled a bit in the early game, but they found their moment back in. What a beautiful series. That is gonna be Simplicity being your champions. Lutano, 60,000 damage, but Leoric, 40,000 damage. Cleaning up at the end, bullying Zergling. Zergling never had a chance in that game. He was consistently bullied, consistently broken. He never got a chance to take clean fights. The Sonya, unsuccessful. The Garrosh, such a clutch pick in the early game when he was able to get those body checks, but the second Valor was safe. The second Medivh was landing those cooldown reduced Force of Wills with that level 13. Very nicely done. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. There's probably going to be an interview on the main stream. I'll make sure you guys catch that so that you can get the information there, so that you can get those winners' interviews. But from me, Tetcher, that's going to be it. The casting is done. Well played, Simplicity. They are your Season 1 champions. I'm excited to see what comes up in Season number 2. We hit 92 subs by the end of the season. We were only 8 away, but thank you so much. I'm going to send you over to the interview so you get the winner's interview so you don't miss out on anything, and then I'll come back and sign off at the end. So see you all in but a moment.
Grubby, what do you...
It's great to see how the strength all of you guys have is creating more and more opportunities in different fields. The Zeratul strength that Cure has shown across the season has locked in their first ban, which has kept giving you Chromie, which is again something that didn't seem to be allowed to go through. And that has unlocked Medivh for you. You guys had all the weapons. You've done so much preparation. Congrats on this huge performance, this Cinderella story run through the lower bracket. So far, every time we spoke to you guys, you still had to remain sharp for the next challenge to come. And although Season 2 is confirmed, still, the pressure must be off for a bit now. So what do you have to say about the whole season so far, about your teammates, about you guys' performance and the other teams as well?
I mean, Season 1, obviously, we started not too good. We were 2-5. Like we said in the last interview with me, I always, believed in my team. I knew how strong we were. And I knew as soon as we got it together, we had like a great shot of winning the entire league. I didn't think we'd do it in this fashion. I don't know exactly our playoff and gauntlet record, but it's probably pretty good.
You
So
lost two maps. I think you lost 1 or 2 maps through the gauntlet run total.
yeah, we haven't lost too much. So I mean, we put in a lot of work. We just, like Grubby was saying, like we had some really, really strong picks that just forced bans, but then we were okay with that because none of us on the team are like one trick. So they ban one thing, we have something else prepped. So we were very, very confident going into it, and it worked perfectly. And Season 2 now is, I mean, there's not a lot of info, but we'll see. Yeah,
You call yourself defending champions now.
Yeah, I do want to bring up the note of prep, because I was saying it actually in the broadcast in some of the games. I've seen you all in your Simplicity channel hanging out since I think before today's matches even started. Have you been, did you come into today's series just watching and prepping and just like with a slew of answers for WildHeart or crowd control? Or were you just sitting there like spamming games and scrimming or, you know, like what was the prep into today? Because you did a lot and it showed.
Yeah, I mean, as far as drafting and stuff, like I'm gonna give Cure huge shout out. He had a lot of stuff planned. Scrims where, you know, we test a lot of different things and yeah, we had a lot planned. And then before the games we were just watching together, chilling, hanging
Okay.
out. Like we're all friends like in and out of games. So we just have a really good team atmosphere. So we just like to hang out and talk, watch games.
No, that's really awesome. Thank you for the information. Congratulations once again on your
Thank you.
season 1 victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. That does help. So we'll let you go celebrate with your team soon. I know you want to, but before we do you have any final shout outs to make?
Shout outs to obviously you guys, everyone watching. Biggest shout outs to my team. Like they all played amazingly. Even, you know, the bench right now, Collusion, Legacy used to be on the bench. Yeah, shout outs to them. And what else? Shout outs to the hostages, shout outs to Simplicity, and see you guys in CCL season 2.
All right. Well, congratulations again on the grand finals win, doing it in style. The 4-0, Medivh in the last game. Couldn't ask for much more. You guys did great. Can't wait to see more matches next season. Thanks a lot, and take care.
Take care.
All right. All right, folks. There you have it.
Alrighty.
Hosty from our...
Shut up, Doa. Alrighty, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. That is going to be the end for me today. I hope you've all enjoyed. Maybe I'll do a... I don't know if I can co-stream the CCL awards. I'll have to look into that, because that might be a fun watch party to do together. Maybe I can get some friends and maybe watch party the awards. I think that'd be pretty dope. That might be fun. See if we can get some friends together and do that. But from me, in terms of casting CCL, that will be it for this season. Hopefully I'll be back next season in one way or another. And Celugs, thank you for gifting 8 gifted subs. Thank you so much for the gifted subs, hitting us to that 100 sub goal. Thank you so much for your generosity. You have been absolutely insane. If you want like a replay cast or something, message me on Discord. You've been so unbelievably generous, because I will absolutely do it. Thank you so much. But of course, that doesn't mean you don't have to stop following this season now, because I will still be casting the NGS Storm Division. I will be doing those games when I can. That will either be on this channel or the NGS channel. I'll be casting regular NGS games. I've committed to try to get at least 2 casts per week. This week is the exception because CCL. But I'm trying to commit to at least 2 casted streams per week. Can I link the place I got that shirt? No, I cannot. You will have to message... I can't remember if this was a... Dog Lady, did we get this one in the UK, or was this one a Jinxie shirt? Because I do not know, I'm afraid. Because I don't remember which one it was. I can't remember if this was a gift from Jinxie Cat and her family, or if we found this in like a thrift shop in the UK. Or whether I got it? I don't think I bought it. UK, I think. So yeah, I think this might have been a thrift shop or a charity shop in the UK. So I'm afraid I can't tell you where I got it. But for now, follow this channel, support the stream, and of course, the best way to support the Tetcher channel and to try and see if we can get me more involved in CCL next year, because I loved this. This was so much fun. I just want to cast a Grubby again, fam. The best way you can do that is to be vocal on Twitter, in the Discords, the official CCL Discords, on Reddit when people talk about it. Talk about the Tetcher stream. Talk about Tetcher casting. Because if you like it and you enjoy it and you want to see more of it, then that's how you get work. Send me you the shirts. I think about it, you've paid a lot of money today. You're absolutely ridiculous. Thank you so, so much. But that is how, for absolutely free, you can help this channel. By spreading the word. And either you get attention of people who are looking for casters or hosts. 2 things I do a lot of. Or... if you don't get attention of the people who are looking and paying, you get more viewers in, and that way we have more chance of getting very generous people like Celix, and of course more people to use ad block on the ads that I run. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for watching. Ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folk, in fact, I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much. This has been CCL Season 1. I hope to be back for Season 2 in one form or another. Thank you for watching. Keep an eye on my Twitter, twitter.com/Tetcher, to see if I do anything with the award show. I'm going to send you over to a raid. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for the burbs, and see you all next time. Good night, everyone.